Winter is here again, and it's the perfect time of year to test out a new dog jacket. Glia, my short-coated dog, has historically worn a lot of jackets in order to continue hiking year-round and through the winter. She's had some fleece handmade sweaters, which worked pretty well, but they didn't keep her quite warm enough for the really cold temperatures. So a couple of years ago, we did get a Herta jacket. We got a Herta Expedition Parka, which was a game changer for how warm I could keep Glia while we were out on the trails. So when one of my favorite dog harness apparel companies, Ruffwear, released a new winter jacket, I thought we had to try that one out. Historically, a lot of Ruffwear's jackets have been nice, but just not quite thick enough or not enough coverage to really get Glia through a harsh Minnesota winter. That all changed when they released the Ruffwear Furness Jacket. Here it is. You can see that this is a pretty full coverage jacket with this nice area that's going to go up and around their neck. There's a little beacon light attachment here, a leash portal so you can have your dog wear a harness underneath. Good length for the dog, and then there are these little kind of straps that you can either button up or put around your dog's thighs. It's a really kind of cushiony jacket, so there is some loft to it. The leg area here around the shoulder is more spandex. But it's a high quality jacket and it's worth the price tag. Glia and I have taken this jacket out on the trail and I've been impressed with how it's worked for Glia. So I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about the pros and cons of this jacket, what I like, don't like, and hopefully looking at some of the footage of Glia wearing this jacket will help you guys make a decision if you're trying to decide whether or not to get this jacket for your own dog. So the things I love about this jacket, I like the thickness and I really like the sleeve. So the sleeve that comes down, this is a little bit different than a Herta jacket would have. Now the sleeve does make it a little bit more putsy to put on your dog. Your dog does have to step into it. So to put it on, you would slide it over their head here, and then you would go ahead and step each of the different feet through the jacket. And then you'd zip them all up. So unzips there, but it doesn't zip all the way around the neck. So slides over the neck, step the paws in, zip your dog in. So it adds a little bit of extra warmth to have the sleeve, but it does add a little bit of time and putziness to put it on compared to a Herta style jacket, which just slides over the head and then clips around the body. That's a nice feature, but again, both a pro and a con. There is a fair amount of adjustability in this jacket. You can cinch up around the neck and you can also cinch up kind of around the belly waist. I don't know if you can see it on any of the views I'll show you here very well, but the cinch is kind of around and behind the belly. But despite the adjustability, the sizing and fit of this jacket is something that was a little bit different than the rest of the Ruffwear line. So Glia is about 26.5 centimeters, maybe 26, depends on how her weight fluctuates, around the widest part of her chest, so the circumference of her chest. And historically, that means that she has been a small in Ruffwear gear. So the size small goes up to 27 inches, and then the medium goes from 27 up higher. And all of Glia's harnesses are a size small. They've always been, just a little bit, like I wish I had a little bit more length in the harnesses, but they fit really well. So when I ordered the new gear, I got this Furness jacket, I got a Lumen Glow jacket, and I got a sun shower jacket, and I ordered all of them in a size small. And when they came, they all fit really differently. So the Lumen Glow jacket was a little bit tight around Glia's chest. The sun shower jacket was a little bit short for her body. And the Furness jacket fit really well around Glia's chest, but the sleeves didn't give her a lot of motion. She felt a little bit restricted. I could see that she wasn't using like a full stretch of her arm in it. And it was also a little bit too short. So when I tried to use these straps around her back thighs, it really pulled forward and up, kind of almost giving her a wedgie effect. And I didn't like that it didn't give her much coverage then on her back end because it was just a little bit too short. So I decided to try getting this in a size medium, And the medium is what I ended up keeping. The medium came and it's a little bit baggy around her chest. I wish it fit just a little bit tighter there, but since it has the drawstrings, I was able to get it a little bit more cinched around her neck and then cinched around her waist, and it's been working pretty well. It gives her a little bit more coverage, and since I'm using this for a winter jacket, I'd prefer to have it cover more of her rather than not enough of her, even if there's a little extra space in the chest that makes it look just a little bit baggy. So if your dog normally is sitting on the edges between sizes, you may need to consider sizing up a size to get the right fit. Now, every dog's gonna be a little bit different. Glia is a long dog for her body frame, and so I do struggle to get her sized appropriately. Even her Herta Expedition Parka, it just looks a little bit big and baggy on her. So just a heads up on the sizing. There definitely should be a size to fit most dogs, but if your dog is odd shaped, it might be a little bit harder to get her or him set in the kind of perfect fit, because this is only going to go measurement by chest circumference. You can't get a small that's long or things like that. So sizing fit, kind of a con, but the medium is working out well for us. The one problem with the medium in using it with a size small harness is that the leash portal lines up perfectly in the small jacket with a small harness, but it's a little offset in the medium jacket with the small harness. Other things I really like about this jacket is it has a reflective trim, and it's really pretty good and reflective. So if you're in low light conditions, you've got some good support there. Cars should be able to see you, people shining flashlights should be able to see you. It also is fairly weather resistant. I wouldn't bring it out in a downpour, but it does a great job of keeping the kind of melty snow from absorbing in. So my pros with it are going to be the warmth puffy factor, the fact that it's a pretty good coverage on the dog, high quality material, reflective and area for a light to attach, and then the adjustability around the neck and the waist belly does make this a jacket that's fairly versatile for most dogs. Cons are going to be that I couldn't get a perfect fit, and it comes in only two colors, either this gray or the red sumac, so you can get it in a red color. And then my other con is that it just takes a little bit more time to get on because the dog has to step through the leg holes. And if they're not already wearing their boots, it's not too hard, but if you put your dog boots on first, it can be a little bit tough to kind of fit them through that leg area. Without the boots on, sometimes Glia's claws, you just have to kind of work through it and grab through to get them in, but not any worse than putting a dog boot on. So overall, I would recommend this coat for most dogs that are out adventuring in cold temperatures. Whether it's the nightly walk around the block when you live in cold climes like Minnesota, or if you guys are out on the trail and you know that you're going to be going into cold, snowy conditions, this is a nice jacket. Not every dog is going to need a jacket. Some of them are really nice thick hair coats, fur coats, and they're not going to need a lot of artificial things. But if you have a short-coated dog like mine, she really, really benefits from having a good quality jacket and some nice dog boots. Just today we were out on the trail, and with the coat on, she was barely shivering, little bit of shivering before we got started, but once we were exercising and moving, she wasn't shaking at all when she had this jacket on. And with a good pair of boots, she was set to go. Without boots, she was lifting her paws. She would not have made it far at all without anything on today, but we were able to go for a nice full 2-mile walk with the right gear. So the right gear really is important for dogs when they're out in the cold. Again, if you have a husky, you might not need anything at all. But if you have a small, slim, short-coated dog, this is a fantastic investment to help your dog keep adventuring year-round. All right, let me know if you have any questions, comment below, and I'm happy to respond.